Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. If folks jump on, then we will welcome them. Um,
Okay.
I first want to welcome everyone who did jump on. Appreciate that. Pathway, this event tonight is just help give some information about what Pathway is all about and some of like the in general type of information. So you can learn and decide whether this is an agency that you would love to come and foster and adopt with.
Okay.
This next slide shows you our team. I can introduce myself. I am Tracy Roberts. I'm the Licensing Operations and Support Director. Tonight you have Kirsten Wilson, who is our licensing specialist. Kirsten and I have both been with Pathway for over 30 years and very committed to finding great parents to work with our children. We also have a new member on with us tonight, Hallie Kessler. She is not listed because this is her first day, but we look forward to her helping with her recruitment and our training. So welcome, Hallie.
Thank you.
The reasons you might be here. Well, the reasons you might be here is that you want to make a difference in the lives of children. To see if therapeutic foster care is for you. Become a foster adoptive parent, become a foster parent, or to provide respite for foster adoptive parents. If you aren't aware, Pathway is a private agency that works with 14 different Northeast Ohio counties to place kids in. Being a foster parent takes resilience, creativity, flexibility, humor, and love. There is so much room for healing. You will be that soft landing spot as a children begins to pick up the broken pieces of their life. You will receive, we're saying, you will receive all the support and training needs to help a child in need. We have all of our training in-house. The majority of our training is virtual and we do some in person. Once our foster parents go through their pre-service training before licensing, we also offer ongoing training opportunities to help with the requirements of the state. Some people say, hey, what makes Pathway different? We say we have a 24 hours crisis support from well-trained, experienced staff. If something's going on, you have a child in your home, that you have a lifeline to call and get assistance, maybe just to, you know, talk with someone to get through that really difficult night, share and make sure that your case manager is aware of things that are going in your home. Case management, we have case management that is coming into your home pretty weekly to every other week, depending on the level of your child. We have seamless collaboration among the entire Pathway team for child success. We have mental health services that wrap around our children. Not all of our children involved in our mental health counseling, but our teams all work together. Oh, I'm getting too fast. So just a little bit about what makes us different. We have mental health counseling. We provide those mental health services in-house. We do community building. We have holiday parties. We have social events for our foster parent families, ongoing communication with our case managers, and monthly newsletters with updates to build support and share resources. So that's something that happens on a regular basis. Some additional things that we do provide respite care. We have foster families that come through just to provide for foster family respite. They are fully licensed, just like all of our other foster parents, but they provide that weekend care to give the placement parents a respite. We also have transitional age programs and skills training for teens. And we offer a week-long camp in the summer for a lot of all of our kids that are in our care or even in our community mental health. So that's a week long. It's usually held in July. A lot of people ask, what are the common questions of being a pathway foster? We say pathway foster parents. How long does it take to get licensed? Pre-service training needs to be complete and all pathway and ODGFS requirements are met. We right now are doing what we call a power weekend pre-service. We used to do, we have done, and we still will be doing trainings that are during the week, 2 days a week, and last for like 2 months. Right now, we have found that our power weekend trainings have been helpful in from Thursday to Sunday with the 28 hours in that time frame to get people through quickly, and then they can get on with their assessment process to become licensed. Licensing also includes your home study, completing your foster care checklist. You will be guided by pathway staff through all of these steps. We have a great team. As you saw on the beginning slides, we have a licensing team that does all the assessment. We have our training team. We have Hallie, who's starting today, and she's our recruiter and also helping with training. And then as well as Kirsten, who helps families with their ongoing training as well as recertifications. A common question is, does Pathway transport children to visits and appointments? Foster parents are required to transport their foster children. We do have a system where paid mileage is given for approved transportation needs. We didn't always do that, but with all the transportation needs, Pathway can just not help. Staff may help, but we cannot commit to all of the needs that the children have. Can the foster children go to school district I live in, and if they're from a different district? Yes. Pathway case managers will assist with all those transitions to help new schools and new schedules. How long does it take to get a placement once licensed? As soon as the next day. This all depends on referrals from partners in our Ohio County agencies. Foster parents will either agree or willingness to take a placement in their home. You don't have to say yes. You can say no if it doesn't fit within with what you feel would match with your family. How are foster parents paid? This is always the big question of understanding. You are paid by direct deposit to your bank account. This is why we always ask in the beginning that we get all that information, different levels, different, each daily rates are different. So when you will talk to our placement manager and she will give you all that information when you choose to take a child in your home. So after pre-service, how much training is required each year? Used to be a lot more. We have the state of Ohio has changed that. If you are in a family foster care level, you're required to do 30 hours of training. If you're at the treatment level, 45 hours. Pathway gives many, many opportunities so this can be done. We do, as you see, we do many virtual trainings. It makes it easier for foster families. And we also do some in person. We have found the culture today is being able to provide those virtual trainings helps parents get them done. But at that time, we do need children to be supervised so they can get that full training experience. So what happens during the home inspection? Everybody gets like concerned, and I can tell you, I used to do these assessments, try to make families feel very comfortable that we're coming into your home. We will work, and it says, can we have babysitter? Oh, absolutely. We have certain process and guidelines that they need to go through, but we will work with you on that. No foster parents are required to pay for any out-of-home care for the children placed in their home. A daily per diem is all meant to cover those costs for the basic care of needs. Now, if you want to go above and beyond that, that is up to you, but the basic needs of the child are covered by the per diem. Do foster parents have to be married to adopt their foster children? Yes. However, if foster parents are both licensed as co-parents, one parent out of those two co-parents can adopt. We can give you more information about that. We have so much more information, but this is just kind of the guidelines that we're going with tonight. So what is the difference between a stipend and a per diem? I can tell you for your training, when you go through your pre-service training, you will receive a one-time stipend training payment that will be deposited once you're all done, because you do get paid to come to training. And that is through also through direct deposit. And then your per diem is the daily amount you're paid to take care of foster children. So even for how many children you have in your home, we do we get the foster parents get paid on the 7th and the 22nd. So we can answer further questions about that if you have that. There will be a few out-of-pocket expenses up front when you're going through the assessment, the fire inspection, depending on the department and depending on the city, depending on where you're located. We cover, I always say the biggest corridor that we cover is Tuscarawas, Stark, Summit, and Cuyahoga. We do have other counties that we do, but those are the main counties that we serve. So you might have to buy some smoke alarms, child locks, medication lock boxes, and up-to-date car seats and cribs. We do have some of these things like medication lock boxes and things that we like to get through grants to distribute to our foster parents, but keep that in mind. Transportation, you are responsible and are required to transport children. Unfortunately, there's just not enough time. There's liability in that for us to be able to do all of that. But those ones that you will get reimbursed for, home visits, mental health appointments, medical appointments, school and activities with school. Okay. Who will be your support system to help? We always say it takes a village, right? These individuals will need to be fingerprinted and have a clean driving record. So if you have a good friend that wants to help you out, know that that's something that they will have to be able to provide their fingerprints, clean driving record. And we have a whole application process for that. It's very easy. Case managers and also licensing assessors help with. Application submission. Applications are distributed in your information pack that is sent out to you once you inquire at Pathway. You can take a look at that and prior to anybody talking with you, and then we call you back. What we do is we set up a licensing meeting with you. The assessor and our assessor coordinator, potentially our recruiter, will come out and help you and give you all the information that you need prior to ever going to class to know what is required of you. And we have a very clear process checklist that you will be able to understand. All household members over the age of 18 must have proper ID and social security cards and be fingerprinted. So if you have adult household members, you have children that are over 18, you have mom living there, all of them have to have their be fingerprinted and have those background checks. So your license is the state of Ohio right now is good for 2 years to foster and foster to adopt. That's how it's set up. So just for your information, because it's information night. Okay, guess what? We're to our next foster parent training, Power Weekend. We are recruiting right now for our Power Weekend that starts January 23rd through January 26th. You see the times and the dates, and McKenna Taylor, she's my licensing coordinator. She is the one that you want to call, and she will get you set on the right course to be able to start that Power Weekend. So, okay. If you want to move forward, you have listened to my long speech tonight of all the ins and outs of how it is to be become a Pathway foster parent. Please submit an online inquiry on our website to receive a licensing packet or an email or license that our licensing coordinator will then send to you. That is her email address if you have questions. But we definitely are looking for new foster families who want to offer a good home to our kids. So that's your next step, going to that website and inquiring. That's where it all begins. Just so you know, being a foster parent with Pathway, this is what you have. You have foster care, you have post-adoption support, especially when you are a foster to adopt parent, become a adoptive parent, and you need support. We have post-adoption support. We also have counseling services for children and families, whether it be for foster care as well as our community folks. So I know I need a drink of water because I've talked so much, but I really thank you all for coming. We always kind of wait to the end to see if there's any questions. And if you don't want to ask a question, please put it in the chat. And anyone who is on tonight, we will send the information to your email. And please feel free to ask anything at this time. I'm going to ask my cohorts to jump in and they can answer any of those. So